So we're sitting here at the gas station. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, a real world gas mileage or miles per gallon test. And what we're gonna do, we're filling it up right now. She was totally empty. Looks like it just finished 30 gallons, so that sounds about right because it was really empty. Got 30 gallons in here of premium fuel. I'm gonna reset the trip, which I'll show you here in a bit, and we'll show how much it says distance, the distance till empty. And I wanna see, one, how accurate that is, how accurate the distance till empty calculator is, and then two, see what the actual miles per gallon is versus what the computer basically is spitting out here on the screens. 2 in the top left corner is been reset, 0 miles per gallon, 0 miles driven. It says 526 miles until empty. Now that we're underway with this test, I want to point out that I'm going to try to keep kind of all the variables the same and as simple and straightforward as I can get, and I just want to throw this all out there. I said in the previous clip I put premium fuel in, so that here in Wyoming where I live, premium fuel is 91 octane. It's not 93 like a lot of other places. So I got 91 octane fuel in here from Exxon, and I'm going to be driving in normal mode. So here in these EcoBoosts, especially the upper models, I'm not sure about all the lower models, but they do have the multiple modes, sport and towing and snow, like the eco, normal, they have all those. So I'm going to just leave it in normal mode the whole time, even if it snows or anything like that. I don't think I'll be towing much. I have been doing a little bit of towing lately, but being that winter's kind of set in and some of the stuff that I usually tow for is kind of done with for the season, I probably won't be towing too much. So I'm just going to leave it in normal mode. I want to throw that out there just because I'm sure some people, if you're serious about this video, you might have questions about that. So premium fuel from Exxon, 91 octane, driving around in normal mode, and we'll see where it goes here. We're finally out of fuel in the F-150, so we can truly see the real world miles per gallon test that I've been itching to get this video out to you guys. So we've been doing a lot of driving, me and my wife have, in the truck over the last couple weeks, trying to burn all the fuel out of this tank, and we've been doing really all of our daily tasks, going to work, going to the gym. And when I say me and my wife both, her vehicle was getting some recalls done for the last couple days. So she's actually had it for the last 2 days here. I just actually got it back from her as we picked up her vehicle. So we've been doing a lot of just normal driving, like I said, going to work, going to the gym, grabbing food, running errands, and just this kind of stuff, as you can see. And I'm kind of driving the same as I always do, normal accelerations, nothing crazy, not taking it easy, not going crazy, hard accelerations, just basic driving as I do every day. We have done a little bit of highway driving, I'll point that out. Not much on this tank, about 80 miles probably of like cruise control set, just straight down the highway, interstate type traveling. Other than that, probably 80 miles, I would say, we've done basically all in town. Now, another big factor in my opinion is going to be the weather we've had. So it's been pretty cold, with the exception of today. It's pretty nice. It's been cold the last week, and especially the last 3 days we got some snow. It's been in the 20s, so a lot of remote starts. That's the point I'm getting at. A lot of remote starts and some four-wheel driving as well. So cruising around a four-wheel drive really knocks your miles per gallon. So does remote start. Letting it run for 10 minutes in the driveway or in a parking lot, it really chews up the fuel here. So with that being said, I'm pretty impressed so far. As you can see, we're pulling up to, well, we're not pulling up right now, but just across the intersection here is the gas station we're going to. It's going to be the exact same gas station that I was at when we filmed the intro. I'm going to try to get the same pump. It is similar temperature outside, which I think is, somewhat of a factor as far as how the pumps go. So similar temperature outside, same gas station, and we're gonna see the results here of the real world miles per gallon test. All right, so you can see here I'm at the pump. I just about to turn the truck off. We're at 499.1 miles. Couldn't go an extra mile to get to 500, but 499 miles, basically 500 miles. It says 32 miles until empty, with about 17.7 as the average. Took about about 20 hours to complete this tank. So quite a bit of driving for in town, almost 500 miles all in town. So let's go ahead and fill it up and see what comes out to.
Be safe. Please don't text and drive.
Back in the garage here, as you can see behind me, the truck is parked outside. I wanted to film this outro and with the results, you know, in the exterior of the truck. We've been sitting in the truck the whole time during this video, so I wanted to bring it outside. Let me get my calculator here because we're going to talk about the results. But we're in the garage. The truck is behind me here, and we put in. Let's look at the receipt real quick so I can double check what I'm saying. 30.719 gallons. 30.719, and we traveled 499 miles. 499.1 actually. So 499.1 divided by 30.719. I think that's what I said, right? Yep, 719 equals 16.24. So I'm actually, wow, that's actually 1.5 miles less than what the computer was showing when I pulled up to the station. I think that's what it was. I think it was showing 17.7. So yeah, 1.5 miles per gallon less was what the actual result is. Let's see that again real quick here so you can see. So that truck right there on this test of a full tank of gas, 499 miles put on it, mainly in-town driving. As you can see here, there is snow on the ground. So snow on the ground, some four-wheel drive action happening on this tank. Not a lot, but a little bit of four-wheel drive. And remote start. I do think those two things make a huge difference. Remote start, you have to do it. You have to let these trucks warm up before you just get in and take off. Excuse me, especially if it's, you know, 10, 15 degrees outside, you got to let them warm up. So that's a necessity, and you have to drive in four-wheel drive if you're driving in the snow. So again, that's a real-world thing. So I know that might have skewed the numbers a little bit, but I want to be as honest as I can with you guys because that is the type of driving that I do with my truck. I drive around in town. I drive on the interstate and highway a little bit on my, you know, daily and weekly routines. And for several months out of the year, I drive around in snow. And so that is probably about as accurate of a test that I can have in my, you know, real world life scenario of traveling around and daily driving a truck like this. And I know a lot of other people do as well. So I hope you guys found this video informational if you're looking at buying a truck and you're trying to compare what the real world miles per gallon is versus, you know, what they say on the sticker. You know, you're never going to get really what the sticker says, in my opinion. Obviously, you're not even going to get what the computer says. It's a lot less in this case. But I will say that this truck gets better fuel mileage than my last truck. I had a 2014 Silverado with the 5.3 V8. And that truck, I never did one of these true tests on it, but the screen always read between 14.5 and 16.5. It never really read higher than that on the you know, in-town driving. So this truck reads a lot higher. Obviously that doesn't mean anything, but in my opinion, in my experience, you always get less than what those screens and computers are telling you on the inside of the truck or car. So it does get better than the Silverado does, in my opinion, and from my experience. And it performs better too, better horsepower, better torque. It's a better truck overall than that one, at least. And again, that's my opinion. I could, you know, a lot of people probably disagree with me on that, but that's been my experience. And I'm not biased towards anything. I have a Chevy sitting right here. So, you know, it's not like I am brand loyal to a certain extent, but I like to have the things that fit and suit me better. And if that's a Ford or a Ram or a Chevy, you know, that's what I'm going to have. So anyways, I'm going to leave you there. Hope you found this video helpful, informational. Drop a comment below if there's a better way to do this test or you want to see a different way of doing this test. I think this is really the best thing possible, but I'll be open to see what the comments say. So hope you guys found it informational, as I said, and stay warm out there, stay safe during this crazy time. Hope to see you guys soon. Take it easy.